You first hear it, and it arrives like a tide, lost in wanderlust. Those 3 words fold into your chest and, oddly, make room instead of taking it away. Imagine that line as a compass that doesn't dictate direction, but grants permission. Permission to be pulled by curiosity. Permission to let the map blur and the horizon sharpen. When you hold that phrase, you discover that being lost isn't failure. It's an invitation. You are invited to choose wonder over worry, to trust the ache that wants to move you. Hold that feeling for a beat, and let it wake something steady inside you. There is a strange generosity in not knowing. In the space created by uncertainty, you find fresh light, the kind that reveals unnoticed streets, conversations that would never have happened, strangers who rewrite your story. You will remember moments where you stepped off a plan and into an alley of color, where the wrong train became the right song. The phrase, "lost in wanderlust," becomes less an accusation and more a blessing, a reminder that your path can be made by walking, that mistakes are often detours toward your truest self. Let that warmth move you forward. Now, breathe and make a small oath to yourself, to follow what brightens your eyes, to keep asking why, to take one step even when you don't know where it ends. This is the moment where lost stops being a label and becomes an oath of living. You're not alone. Countless others have tasted this taste of sweet uncertainty and found new rhythm there. Let that shared courage settle under your skin and prepare you to keep walking. Every turn you take while lost in wanderlust holds a story. There is the morning you met a baker who taught you the secret to a perfect crust. The evening you laughed with locals under lantern light. The silent hilltop where a stranger handed you a scarf and left as if they had always known you. These encounters stitch your map with meaning. They teach you resilience, the ability to find shelter when plans shift, and generosity, the willingness to share a smile with someone who might need it. Let these stories remind you that wandering is never solitary. It's shared in little, luminous moments. Wrong turns have a language of their own. They teach you patience when transport fails, creativity when budget's thin, and humility when you realize maps are only suggestions. You learn to improvise. A delayed flight becomes a new friendship. A missed appointment blooms into an unplanned sunrise. Listen to those lessons. They are your travel companions. Over time, the phrase, "lost in wanderlust," evolves into your motto for resilience. You adapt, you find pathways, and you come to trust your ability to thrive without a rigid plan. Even when you feel untethered, belonging can be found in small, repeated rituals, a cafe that remembers your name, a hostel kitchen where a joke becomes tradition, a hill you climb because it steadies your breath. Wandering grows into community when you leave traces of kindness. You exchange stories, tips, and breakfast. You become the person who whispers, "I've been there," and means it. That is the power of shared wandering. It turns isolation into kinship and makes the world a home made by many hands. There comes a moment, perhaps invisible until it arrives, when wonder proves itself to you. You are standing somewhere you once only imagined, and your chest opens because every misstep led to this clarity. The phrase, "lost in wanderlust," now hums with a different tone. It is proof that your curiosity had a direction all along. You have carried questions, and they have turned into stories. In that instant, you claim a quiet victory. You chose experience over safety, and that choice reshaped you. Look around you. The people beside you are breathing the same awe. There is a communal pulse, a knowing smile, a shared silence, a clap into the wind. That pulse is fuel. It tells you that courage becomes contagious. When one person steps forward, others follow. Your wanderlust becomes a lighthouse, guiding more hearts to risk softness, to choose curiosity over certainty. This is where personal growth becomes collective transformation. Later, when you tell the story, it's not the flawless plan you'll remember. It's the turn you almost didn't take. That decision, the moment you lean toward the unknown, becomes the story you offer to others. You give them permission. Your voice becomes a map for someone else. That is the deepest joy of being lost in Wanderlust. You return with a lantern to light new paths for those who will one day follow. Keep that lantern bright. When the journey returns you to company, you carry more than souvenirs. You carry widened vision. The phrase, "lost in Wanderlust," reshapes into a mantra you wear like a scarf. Familiar, comforting, a reminder that life need not be linear. You bring back patience you've learned from slow roads, creativity from improvisation, and stories that stitch strangers into friends. Home is no longer a place that pins you down. It becomes a horizon you can cross whenever curiosity calls. Your life begins to feel like a tapestry with threads from many places. Each thread is a lesson, the kitchen lesson from a foreign grandmother, the resilience learned during a storm, the gentle manners discovered in remote villages. These threads make you more inventive, unafraid, generous. You notice the world with kinder eyes, and you make room for others to wander too. In doing so, you help create a culture where exploration is not reckless but reverent. So here is the life lesson that holds all of this together. Being lost in Wanderlust is not a state of having no direction. It is an approach to life that chooses curiosity, courage, and connection. It teaches you that getting lost can lead to finding yourself, that detours can become destinations, and that your story is richer when shared. If this resonates, stay with us. Subscribe to join a community that celebrates questions, shares maps and stories, and lights lanterns for one another. Share this video to invite others into the journey, and comment your own interpretation of Lost in Wanderlust so we can walk forward together.